How's it going, everybody? It's your boy Romar, just coming at you with a Decktech video. And alongside that, the reason for wanting to make this Decktech video is because over a few weekends ago, ended up taking down a ProQuest with my boy Victor. So yeah, it was pretty exciting. Just wanted to go over, the deck overall, my game plan with the deck, what I was expecting, and all that, and yeah, just go over the event and how I took down this ProQuest. Yeah, so the ProQuest was being held at a place called Mayhem Comics out in Des Moines, Iowa. It's a pretty cool place. It was a 20-person ProQuest. With 5 rounds of Swiss and then 3 top 8. My overall record was 6-2. Yeah, so it was a hard fought 6-2. So just wanted to go over that a little bit and just why overall I brought Victor to the tournament. Well, for starters, Victor's the only deck I have. So, there's the base answer, but secondly, I also feel like Victor is in a fairly good spot in the meta right now. Not so much into the established top 3 of the meta. He only really beats out Syndra, in my opinion. I feel like everything else around it, he does fairly well into, so kind of playing to those variables when going to this ProQuest was also my intention. I wasn't expecting everybody to run Syndra, Verdance, and Gravy, but you best believe they were there. But was definitely also expecting other people to run other decks, so kind of just playing into that and playing to Victor's strengths within those matchups, because I think he does shine in those matchups more so than the top 3. I think definitely helped me out in at this ProQuest. Yeah, I just want to go over the Swiss matches pretty fast. So round 1 ended up playing against the Verdance, which is one of the top 3 that Victor does not do well into. And it was the first loss of my ProQuest run, which was very scary because I knew if I lost another game at any point outside of the game, right outside of top 8, I wasn't going to make top 8. So starting off with a loss was pretty unfortunate. Kind of set the tone for the rest of the tournament for me. Made things much more intense for me. But I overall kind of enjoyed it, both aspects of it, even the game and the rest of the tournament. Yeah, just Verdance being able to set up pots and, not really being able to stop her as a Guardian, it can be pretty unfortunate. Wasn't really high rolling too much as Victor, which can kind of enable Verdance to be able to, do her healing pot shenanigans and kind of just nuke you off the face of the earth. So it's a pretty unfortunate game 1. Game 2 was up against a Slippy, and that game was pretty fast. We were both just throwing damage back and forth at each other the entire game. But as soon as I got low to a certain point, I had to kind of slow the game down. He had a pretty good start, and I had to just essentially slow the game down, be able to throw some good disruption, not really too worried about trying to keep my hand, just blocking and just throwing good disruption, and eventually just getting his life low enough to be able to close it out with a Golden Sun. So, and especially with the Bonds of Agony ban, not really worrying too much about that, definitely helped. So overall, still a scary game, but was able to take that game 2. So my game 3 was up against the Puffin, and if I'm being honest, I'm not too familiar with Puffin. Most mech experience I have is with Dio, so kind of just going into it thinking that it's just a less aggressive Dio overall. Kind of helped out, and also kind of realizing that, you know, aggressive mechanologists and whatnot specifically, they kind of run out of gas eventually if they keep, you know, if they're like boosting and stuff like that, they will eventually run out of gas. So which my opponent, I believe, was like boosting certain cards and whatnot. So it started, he started off very hot, but towards like mid to late game, he didn't really have anything else that he really could throw at me that was too threatening. I had way more cards in my deck. He didn't have too many left. So overall, just kind of more of attrition, just kind of like playing it out and kind of like blocking when I need to, throwing the right on hits, and yeah, just being able to take the dub that way instead of just outright killing the Puffin, because I just had to block out most of her turns. There was no way I could have probably killed her outright, but yeah, that was a pretty fun and entertaining game 3. We ended up taking that one though. So game 4 was against the KO, and honestly, I felt like my tournament run was probably going to end here. KO is a pretty notorious, you know, bad matchup for Victor. It's a brute, so most of the time they're running 6s or higher, which doesn't bode well for Victor when it comes to clashing. It's pretty hard to block out, you know, a blood rush turn. You know, it's upwards to 20 plus damage usually getting thrown at you, which is hard for any, you know, class to kind of block out, even for Guardians. As well as all the good brute support that came out with Super Slam. Like, yeah, KO is, he is very, very scary now. But it was a very scary matchup. I surprisingly won most of my clashes, which, you know, is not really common. you aren't really going to win most of your clashes. You're probably either going to lose or break even most of the time, but I was able to somehow win my clashes and get a lot of value, and even win some of the clashes he was putting me into, and get resources off of that. And even though it did go to 1-1, so it was very scary. I was hoping he really didn't have Reckless Swing, but overall just was able to take that game down. So in my game 5, I ended up playing against a Gravy, and at this point we were just playing for seed. I had already made top 8 at that point, so it was pretty exciting. I ended up making my goal, at least, for going to the ProQuest, but yeah, I ended up playing a Gravy, and honestly it was a bit of a wash. It's Gravy is another one of those matchups in the top 3 that Victor does not do very well into, and yeah, it was a bit of a hard time. I kind of tunnel visioned into trying to play Batter to a Pulp, and it just ended up getting me killed. He established a board way too hard to get over, so there was no coming back from that. So it was a bit unfortunate, but regardless, made top 8. It's kind of what I wanted to do, so excited either way. So now we're in top 8, and feels pretty good to be in top 8. Sadly, I'm the 8th seed, so I'm never being able to choose who goes first, which is unfortunate, but you know, it is what it is. And of course, I go up against the first seed of the top 8, which was a Dory player, which I wasn't expecting to fight any Dories there or anything, but it's a pretty decent matchup for Victor. I had a few people tell me that the Dory player specifically was fairly aggressive, wanting to get counters and stuff, so kind of just playing, knowing that and kind of dumping my hand when I needed to not allow counters or to get rid of counters, and again, just playing good on hits at certain times, and really good clash cards kind of brought that game over, and was able to just get a ton of value from clashing and be able to just outvalue my opponent and get the W that way. So now we're in top 4, and funnily enough, the top 4 game was against another Dory. This time the pretty much opposite of the last Dory. It was a very defensive Dory, which was pretty scary, because kind of trying to guess whether the Dory's hand was more aggressive, slanted, or defensive, and kind of trying to block accordingly is a bit of a hard ask. But yeah, kind of the same game as the first Dory, just kind of getting a ton of value from clashing, and typically being able to do really well with clashes into warriors, hardly ever really losing any clashes, and just kind of getting value and keeping my value up from that point on. And yeah, just being able to take it over the top. And I think I won with a Goldmane estate. I think it was like a +4 power Macho Grande for like 12. So pretty big dominate attack, and kind of was afraid of him having like a D-react in Arsenal or something like that, but wasn't able to block it out. So was able to secure my place into the finals, where it stops being exciting, because it was with the Gravy player, which wasn't super looking forward to playing them, but ultimately we kind of just agreed to not play and to just go home, just give me the dub. And yeah, so a little anticlimactic of a finals, but that happens sometimes. These ProQuest levels. So regardless, was able to take it all down with Victor, and had a great time doing it. And yeah, so at this point, just want to go over the deck list and kind of go over the cards that I feel like got me the most value over the course of this ProQuest, and kind of just go over the sideboard and why I brought these cards in to the ProQuest, what I was looking for and everything. And yeah, talking about, I guess, just Iron Fist Revelation. We'll start with the equipment. I feel like that card, at least now, nothing is wrong with Gauntlets of Iron Will. It's still a great card. I just feel like with Assassins kind of being a little bit on the down slope, it's not as mandatory, I feel like, or it's probably not like best in slot anymore. I feel like Iron Fist Revelation kind of does give pretty decent value. Giving a +1 to a crush card can definitely make it a little bit harder to block, like a Crush the Weak or a Boulder Drop, instead of needing just either one D-react. You do need one card and a D-react, so definitely gets its value for sure in that department. So the next card I wanted to go into was a card that came out in the Guardian Mastery pack. I believe it's called Right Behind You, and honestly, I think it's incredibly broken in Victor. It allows you to, if it's blocked with, if you block with that card and another card from your hand, allows you to look at the top card of your deck and bottom that card. Essentially letting you crack a gold for free just by blocking. And I think it's absolutely ridiculous. You get so much value. It essentially makes your clashes guaranteed to win, although you can still reveal a non-attack. But I mean, if the non-attack was up there first, then you at the very least know that you're not going to clash with that card. So it pretty much all but guarantees a winning clash, which is ridiculous in Victor. You know, like it just cuts down the variance of potentially losing clashes just that much more. And I think it is a mainstay in Victor decks. I don't see a reason why you wouldn't play it. It's an amazing card, and yeah, it's definitely a 3F. All right, going into my much more targeted sideboard pieces, we'll just go over them really quickly. I feel like Curse of the Week is still just there for Assassins, and also Gravy. I believe Gravy, all his attacks outside of Conquerors of the High Sea, they come in for 3 or less. So him not being able to attack and get the value from that is very important. It's also really good into ninjas. Sorry, I forgot about them. Into Syndra specifically, you know, not really being able to, you know, play the game. Essentially, she does run 4s, but you know, kind of starting the combo off with like 3s or 2s, or you know, it's pretty important. So just kind of shutting all that down is really good. And then going into Clash of Bravado. So Clash of Bravado, it's a crazy card. It's an amazing card. It's a clash card that the winner gets to destroy an aura the opponent controls, and it's not an aura token. It can be an aura token, but it's just an aura. So into Florian or into Prism, it is a pretty wild card to be blocking and being able to, like, you know, remove auras off the board. You know, it's pretty amazing. And another card I was specifically siding in for a specific matchup was Break Stature. So on Crush, it destroys an aura token, but your opponent can't make it during their next turn. So specifically into Fang, yeah, Victor has a rough time, I feel like, into Fang, because once he gets online, it's just like pure value. You know, he kind of just outvalues you the whole game. So having multiple cards to kind of slow him down, like Clash of Bravado and Break Stature, I feel like I just didn't want to be caught kind of trying to race with Fang. I feel like it can be an okay race, like if you're just constantly throwing damage and he's just having a block, not really being able to get Filthy online, you know, that's cool. But just having some extra security in that matchup, I feel like other warriors are a lot more fine, like Dory or Kasai. But Fang is just the one that's like, him being so aggro and just being able to constantly throw damage at you all the time is it gets a little too much for Victor to handle sometimes. So it was just very targeted towards Fang, that card is, in my sideboard. So yeah. Next we have Test of Iron Grip. This card is broken in Victor. Winner of the clash makes the opponent discard a card. Completely broken. Victor being able to like reclash in case you lose is broken. So yeah, kind of understanding that everything outside of, I would say, Verdance and Gravy, maybe Florian, everything else is pretty aggressively slanted. So having that card pretty much shuts down their turns. If you make them, if you block at the right time, you kind of don't really give them an option to like pivot. They pretty much have to end their turn if you use it correctly. So it's a ridiculous card. It's an amazing card. Definitely a 3-of. Really backbreaking card, and I love using that card, and I've played into every aggro matchup over the course of the ProQuest, and it's gotten me, it literally won me the first Dory game, and it won me the Puffin game. So card is absolutely ridiculous. Definitely have to run it. It's great. All right, and the last card I wanted to kind of get into was Peck Perfect. Now, Peck Perfect was mostly in my deck for the more defensive slanted decks that I would be running into, like Florian or Verdance. Decks like that or Warriors as well, like Fang and stuff that want to block or don't mind blocking as much, because you clash for however many cards are being blocked with on the chain, and then the winner of the clash makes the opponent mill that the top card of that deck. So it's really good into the matchups that the opponent has no problem blocking. You kind of get to do deck damage, which is, you know, pretty important in Guardians, as well as, you know, being able to clash, potentially revealing a Golden Sun or, you know, a Thunk or whatever, and, you know, you're making that many mites for, you know, each one of those clashes as well. So it's pretty good. But most importantly, you know, potentially being able to mill them out of like power cards and you know, milling them out of you know, combo pieces and important pieces, I think is like one of the best points that the card has going for it. It also comes in for 9, so I mean, if you just simply don't want to block it and just take, you know, almost a fourth of your health is totally fine by me. It just kind of pushes Victor's game plan even more, to getting them low enough to either dying from a Macho Grande or a you know, Golden Sun. So I think overall the card is just like the all-in-one package. There wasn't too many matchups I wouldn't bring that in. More aggressive slanted decks, probably not, because they're not going to block it anyway. So I would much rather, you know, if I took that card out, I'd much rather it be a Spinal Crush at that point or something else. So, you know, more aggressive matchups, probably not, but I'd say for everything else, it's a fantastic card. It helps Victor out and his game plan so much. So that's it for this ProQuest recap in this Decktech video. Just kind of wanted to go into detail, saying, well, I think Victor is good. I think he's really good right now. I think he's in a good spot. I know he's a more aggressive slanted Guardian, and right now in the meta, I'm not too sure how great that is. I know Jarl is out there fatiguing people, and that seems to be a lot more viable of a strategy into more matchups, but I think there's definitely a spot for your boy Victor, and you know, I don't think with all the new Clash cards and everything, I don't think he's pretty much ever really a bad pick. You know, I think he's gonna be relevant, you know, until the meta changes and, you know, he's completely in the dumpster. But I think he pretty much can only go up from here, and, you know, I'm gonna keep playing him. So yeah, I just wanted to thank everybody at my locals, helping me get better and get to this point to be able to, you know, take down a ProQuest. Want to thank my homie Victor for the godlike intro that he made for me. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Peace.